Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Hi, Rado Shurenzi, Lena Mailing, Glorious E. Welcome everyone. Run Unconditional Love Tower, Craig Dixon. Today's Tuesday, all day. I can't believe where Trump and his regime are taking this country, and Republicans. No one is saying anything, and things are getting worse. I'm sure you guys heard that Trump, as if, it's normal. Putin is such a great guy and smarter than everyone else. Trump decided, and I remember, guys, I told you, I just remember that. I believe I said it. Trump was taking his orders from Putin sitting in behind from the beast. And if I didn't say it during the midday stream, I said it on my other stream. I have to check. I know I said it in public during a show, one of my shows. I'm calling my shows now. But Trump seems to think it's a flex to tell everyone that Putin told him mail-in ballots are not the right way to have people vote because of whatever reason. The other countries don't do that, and it's not true. And it's Putin's way to manipulate Trump. Intuitively I feel Putin have been saying a whole bunch of stuff to Trump. Some are test, some are good, well, in Trump's mind, not in my mind. Putin has no good advice to give to anyone, but to Trump. And also, it's not only about the election. Do you see he's augmenting the number of National Guard he has in DC? It's not because it's needed. Putin is telling him, in order for you to be able to do these type of things, here is how you go about doing it. I am not surprised he's doing these things. I'm not sure how I put it to you. That's what Trump is doing. He thinks Putin is end all be all. But intuitively, this is going to lead him in the wrong direction. And also, I want to say thank you to those of you who responded when I said yesterday I was getting some pretty bad feelings. And I am sure you guys remember. I said Democrats have to keep their eyes on the prize because Republicans will cheat. And I did say that during the election last year. Those of you who have been with me for a while, I warned everyone. I said, Republicans are cheating. And sure enough, yesterday afternoon, Elias was on a show on MSNBC. And he said the same thing I said. I believe I said it here yesterday. He said that Republicans, they are deploying the National Guards now, okay, so that during the election next year, we get used to it. And they will be positioned in such a way that they can harass voters, ask you for your, citizenship, proof of citizenship, a whole bunch of stuff. I won't be surprised. Trump may not be around then. I'm hoping my timeline is correct. But that is what is going on. Putin told Trump, because he's an expert, yesterday I said Abbott, I didn't mean Abbott, I meant Orban. Sorry about, well, they're the same people. Same mentality, ignorant. Okay, but they're good liars just like Trump and Abbott in this country. They convinced those, I'm not sure how to, I don't want to insult people because, for whatever reason, I don't like to insult people unless I really, really have to, and then it really get biting. It bites. So those who are naive believe Trump and now they're screaming they don't have enough money to feed their families. But I digress. That's the Republican plan for next year. Okay, to use all those, that's their plan. And truly, I don't feel it's going to work. All they need, I guess, is to put a couple of guards around voting places, but they can't handle the whole country. But Putin is trying to convince Trump, or has convinced Trump, that that's the right way to go. He has to scare people. Don't be afraid to scare people. Yes. One second. Because I'm being shown Vance, and I want to say, or predict, when Vance take over, and intuitively I feel, I can confuse time. He will try to continue some of the things that Trump is trying to do because he wants to remain in power as well. And that's the plan of his sponsors, the people who got him to where he is at, those billionaires. I don't feel they're going to be successful intuitively, but Vance has already made up his mind when it comes to the next election, 2026, because he's waiting. He knows Trump. He may not know exactly what's going to happen to Trump, but he knows he's going to have to take over. And you know something? The past week or two has made him even more confident. It's a matter of time. And by the way, I'm being shown Putin again to show you how bad, the direction of this country. While Trump was having his meeting with Zelensky, the European Union leaders, Putin gave him a call. He was on the phone for 40 minutes. He was getting instructions. And I told you guys, I would be shocked if anything came out of whatever happened yesterday. I mean, those leaders and Zelensky, they did an amazing job. I think they did a great job. So, but I'm sure some of you heard what that journalist from Fox News asked Zelensky. Are you going to continue to send your people to die in the front line? That was the dumbest thing. I mean, in fact, Odano was talking about it last night. But intuitively, I feel the only difference, the major difference intuitively, I feel is going to be between Trump and Vance is in the international community. He's not going to, he's going to help Ukraine and be more aligned with NATO. Okay? But internally, he is going to try, it feels like to me the most important thing to him and those, and his sponsors, that's how I'm going to call them, is for him to continue to do the best he can to remain in power. That he's going to try to do. But I got news for them. By the time Vance or Trump exits for whatever reason, things are going to be so bad, he's going to face major challenges. And as I'm saying this, the challenges that's to come is going to come from us, the people. standing up to Trump. And this morning, I was thinking, I'm only, my job, the goal of this show is for me to predict, given what's going on, tell you how it's going to predict the outcome. But I feel like saying, adding one more little twist to this thing. I've never been an activist, but I feel it's time, because where I'm seeing this country heading, it's not going to be good for anybody. I've been there. And in fact, the MAGA crowd is saying, yes, if you look at Los Angeles, the streets are empty. Yeah, of course they're empty. No commerce, no movement, nobody's making money. You're killing the city. And the same thing in Washington, D.C. Oh, Washington, D.C., guess what? Restaurants are complaining. Their business is down 30, 40%. But they're doing great things. Intuitively, I feel this is going to backfire on them by the time Vance become, oh Lord, president. Okay? It's going to be so bad. But what I was trying to say is, even if it's a phone call, writing an email or a letter, whatever we have to do, we're going to have to start, and we do it as often as we possibly can. My goal is to call I'm going to call them first because that's the easiest thing for me. Call my senator and my congressperson. I forget his name, but it's easy for me to know who he is. I believe it's a guy. But I'm not only going to call one senator. I'm going to call both senators to make sure I tell them where I think, or the direction I feel this country is going. Democrats need to wake up. I'm not saying they're not doing anything, but we have to remind them they have to do a lot more. And they can't only play defense. They have to go on the offense. While watching Elias yesterday afternoon, he said, Democrats have to do as much or more than what they are doing now, a lot more. But in my frame of reference, we can't wait and respond to what Republicans are doing. And let me tell you why I'm saying this. And the reason why I mentioned a little while ago, I have been feeling not very good. Something is going to happen. I felt the same way last year during the election. Trump is not in the White House because he won the election fair and square. They cheated. Just like this time, he's doing everything he can because he's so unpopular. They don't see how they're going to be able to keep the House. So they have to cheat. I am getting that same feeling again. That's why I asked some of you, and I thank you for responding. I'm thanking you again for responding. Democrats are not doing enough. And that's why I suggest all of us, I'm not saying that people to go to, because some of us are elderly, or some of us are working, doing, families and stuff like that. But any little thing that you can do to make a difference, because we don't want another 2 years of Republicans. not holding the Trump regime accountable, the Trump to Vance regime accountable, it will be a disaster. And it's not only going to be for us, MAGAs too. They're already complaining, videos of them spreading. So there was a lady crying. She has kids. She has no money she voted for Trump. She can't feed them. She doesn't even have money to put gas in her car. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure if I should call it guts or desperation or fear. But that's, if things continue that way, intuitively, another year or more, just like I said a couple of years ago, we're going to be so busy. The super rich and Trump and company. At that time, I didn't say Trump. It was a couple of years ago. Biden was in the White House then. When I said I was doing my technology and economy streams, I'm going to say show at the time. That was a couple of, I found the videos, and I explained to you guys what I felt was coming. Well, it's here. And there are some people right now, the wealthy, who are creating ways where we don't have to own anything. Perpetual rent or lease from them. We don't own anything. And one of them is running around saying it's better to lease. You don't need the headache of owing a bank or some stuff like that. If MAGA thinks things are bad now, watch what's coming next year. I'm going to get caught in it too. Okay? So now is the time for us to do something, since we have a year and a few months to go, to make a difference. And those of us who can go out and protest, whatever we have to do, we must do something. Only us can save us. No one is coming to save us. That's my prediction. And yes, well, do you guys remember I told you? What's going to scare, and they're beginning to be afraid, by the way, is the number of people protesting and demanding the removal of this regime. There are a couple of things that are possible as well, but I'm not seeing them 100%. But I've been saying this for the longest time. We are the only one who can save us. No one else can. Some people are looking for leaders. I'm going to stick with what I've been saying to you. It's going to be us. In large numbers and all the time. Keep the pressure up. Boycotting, don't buy stuff. Closing businesses. We don't go to work. Those type of things. I'm not an expert. But in some countries, when they want to shut down those dictators, major strikes, they shut down. People don't go to work. People don't shop. A number of stuff. I'm not an expert, so if I'm saying the wrong, you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're going to have to do something. That's my prediction. And as far as the outcome of what took place in the White House yesterday, the European leaders, I don't know if I said this here or last evening. I'm sorry, I'm confusing the two shows. The European leaders, as far as they were concerned, they accomplished what they came to accomplish. They did not expect any more from Trump because they've dealt with him before. They know what he's about. They just felt, this country is stuck with him. They stuck with him too, because he's affecting the economy. Trump's tariff and other stupid things that he's doing is affecting the entire world. And he's in the process of displacing us, removing us from our leadership position in the world. But let's keep our fingers crossed. We, the people of this country, will be able to remove him before much more damage is done. I'm hoping. And the other thing is, I'm going to see if I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through, but I'm going to try. That's what I was thinking about last night. I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and then I was thinking about all those things. The indivisible, different groups of indivisible. I'm going to see if I can talk to the gentleman. I've seen him on TV a number of times. I think he's the founder. I don't think I'm going to reach him. I'll probably have to call somebody in my area that can escalate my suggestions. They were going to have to hold those protests more often. I don't know what's involved. I may be fooling myself. Where we are, we're doing great as far as protest, but we're going to have to add other layers to make sure the wealthy, Trump, the Supreme Court, all these people, they take us seriously. There is no time for us to sit back. Because if we do, where I'm seeing this going, it's not going to be fun. I don't want to get there. And do you guys remember, I believe I mentioned it here yesterday, one of those DHS agents fired at the car in Los Angeles and went and lied and said, I mean, it's going to be proven that he's lying, but they don't care. They are told. Whatever you have to say to cover up your misdeed is fine. But they will learn. But the reason why I'm bringing that up, there's going to be more of that. And you guys heard that other states, red states, are sending more National Guards to D.C. It's a very dangerous game. But like I said, I believe yesterday or in the recent past, there is something that I'm seeing. I'm hesitant to say it. I'm not going to say it. But this is not going to turn out the way Trump thinks it's going to turn out. And it's going to be shocking to Trump, Vaught, and Miller. And not all, the best way I can put it, not all National Guard people, service members I should say, will participate in their shenanigans. And this is going to backfire. Even those governors, watch what's going to happen. They're going to try to say, oh, well, it was the president, he asked me. They're going to try to find all kinds of alibis to justify their bad decisions. And in the not too distant future, once something goes wrong, watch. Okay? But it's not going to work the way Trump wants it to go. My concern is how long this is going to last. Because like I said yesterday or before, they are not going to stop until they are stopped. That's my prediction. But they will be. A lot of Republicans, even the Supreme Court, is terrified. So let's see what happens. Somebody asked me Is Trump going to be in the White House in 2028 during the election? I don't think so. And like I just said, and I said it a number of times, I'm repeating my answer because a number of people keep posting it. I doubt it. Because if you watch the way Trump climbed those stairs into Air Force One Friday after that Putin fiasco, this is not good. And those of you who are in the medical field, I keep getting something I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. Why do I keep feeling Trump is probably suffering from renal failure or some kind of kidney issue? The first time I saw the intravenous mark in his hand that he's covering with makeup, that's what I got, but I didn't want to say anything. But I've been getting it in the past couple of days. I've been getting it a lot stronger. The reason why I've been afraid to say that, not afraid, unsure, because I had, and when I was in college, one of my buddies, when I used to live in New Rochelle, New York, had kidney failure. His skin color changed. I'm watching for Trump to show some kind of symptoms, skin discoloration or something. I'm not seeing it. But it may be because things have changed. But intuitively, I feel that's part of what Trump is suffering from because I keep getting it. When was that? Either Sunday night or yesterday, there was an article complaining of how much that he went out golfing for 2 days after his failure in Alaska Friday. Of course he's going to, because he's so humiliated. He has to go golf or do something to distract him from what happened, the disaster Friday that he had. But they were showing his hand again with makeup on it. And I keep getting this. Let's see what happens, my friends. I think Trump's illness is a lot worse. They are letting on, and also they were showing. I didn't see this. I mean, I didn't want to watch the whole Alaska thing. I did not. My expectations were not very high, and it bothers me whenever he's with Putin. I know the worst is going to be. This country can only expect the worst from Trump after, because Putin is a pretty good manipulator, obviously. Look at those few things Trump is already doing, okay? But I feel Trump felt humiliated. People around him, somebody asked me I forget her name, his spokesperson, his mouthpiece that goes and behaves just like that North Korean journalist, or who goes on TV and praise her dear leader. Somebody asked me why was her face so ashen. They were in shock. They were in shock of how bad Trump did. That was the problem. It wasn't only her. They mentioned her in the newspapers. The whole White House staff were disappointed. That's why I told you guys, people around Trump right now are wondering what Putin has on him. And they are having, the thought that they're going to be able to continue to fool us he's healthy, everything is well. He's going to live till he's 200. They're beginning to believe they're going to have to do something about those lies. They're not, it's unsustainable. But my prediction is, hang in there. This is going to blow up in their faces. And a lot of people are going to go to prison. And I said something yesterday about removing the top three successors, or echelon that, from president, vice president, and leader of the House. The Supreme Court is going to suffer some setbacks too. I don't know how those things are going to work, but I'll tell you, by the time this is over, Robert and a few other people, their justices, things are going to be really bad for them. That's my prediction. I don't know. But one thing, I don't see them going to prison. And I'm going to repeat, Trump and people around him who have taken part on a lot of stuff that we don't know about yet, they will go to prison. And my friends, we haven't heard squat yet when it comes to what's been taking place and what Bundy, Kash Patel, Norm, they're delusional and ignorant enough to think they're going to be in those positions forever. Good luck. They're going to be sitting in a jail cell, wondering what happened. That's my prediction. Okay. Sorry about that. I will take some questions. Let me see. I think I talked about everything. Yeah. I'm looking for questions. CD said, Danny Tiny Hand, swollen ankle is a sign of heart failure too. Yes, you're right. The man is sick physically and mentally. Oh yeah, he's got some major issues. Oh my God, yes. Jumand Mahal says kidney issues are scary. Oh, yeah, there's a guy, one of my buddies, I grew up when I was going to college, had that stuff. A disaster. That machine. Oh Lord. Yeah. Okay. How can they stop their fascist head? Didn't stop till he was stopped. Exactly, Glorious E. They won't stop. It's us going out and protest peacefully and do everything we can. They're going to get violent, okay? But that's going to be, unfortunately, it's really going to turn off not only us, but people from Congress and in the Senate. You see, they've never seen some of the stuff I've witnessed growing up. So to them, they usually go out and see all kind of political stuff, and never expect violence. But right now, none of them are saying to Trump, you're heading in the wrong direction. There is potential for a clash in DC. It's going to be shocking. Okay? And that's what will wake them up. And those of us who are asleep. Yes, I hope I'm wrong. But there's potential because Trump, that's what Trump wants. And we know, yes, he will declare the Insurrection Act, all kinds of stuff, but there are other ways to just tell him to take a hike. But that's what's going to scare up the powers that be. who have neglected their duties, the Mike Johnson and these people, the Republicans in Congress, who have allowed Trump to do all these things, then they will wake up, because they've never seen before these things like that before. Yeah, it's going to be, I hope it doesn't happen, but that's going to be a wake-up call. All those people, all those fools who went on TV and said, more of that, you should bring more and send more of, National Guards all over the country to all the blue states. Yeah, let's see what happens. I hope it doesn't come to pass. Okay. I'm looking. Ellie Hiker says, Greg Dixon, protests are making it harder for ICE agents to stay at hotels. Yes, I've seen that, by making a lot of noise outside those hotels at night. Yeah. And also, they have come up with a number of creative ways to thwart and make those agents' lives difficult. It's an amazing thing to watch some of those videos. All right. And the other thing is, it's causing, as I'm saying, this is causing a lot of depression and low morale among those ICE agents as well. Let's see, I'm looking, I think. Craig Dixon says, as much as I need the business, I never served a Trumper. I know what you mean. Oh my God. Della Jean says, will this Melania scandal escalate? It already escalated, because I heard about it. You heard about it. Yes, it's going to get worse. Right now, a lot of people are still holding their fire. They don't want to get on Trump's, bad side. And they're not too distant future. Do you guys remember a long time ago when people would not call Trump a liar? And I told you that was going to change. Well, the next major change that's coming, reporters and regular people are going to stand up to him. When he starts saying, like this morning, I saw a clip of him on TV saying that in 4 days he cleaned up D.C. and everyone is going out to dinner, but the fool, the ignorant, he doesn't, he doesn't read. Restaurant owners are complaining. Their business is down. People are not going, to the main area where the businesses are. But reporters are going to call him out. It's coming. Hang in there. People are going to call him out. I'm looking, and then I'll if I don't see anything, then we'll. Carrie G says, do you see the rise of bird flu in human? I doubt it. There are going to be some cases, but I'm not seeing like a major outbreak. Okay. All right, friends, I think this is it. Cece says, do you think Trump will be aware when they remove him? Oh, yeah. He's, I don't know. So those of you who are experts in the field, because a lot of you have done in the medical field, so you've dealt with people with dementia or whatever Trump has. Okay, it's a combination of maybe some dementia with his narcissism and everything else that he's suffering from. But he's fully aware of what he's doing. Okay? He may be suffering from the anger, like some of you were saying he has sundown. I don't remember how you guys put it, but you know what I'm talking about. He becomes agitated easily, and he starts cursing at people. That's the way he was to begin with. So now it's worse. Okay, but he knows exactly what's going on. And yesterday, the European leaders and Zelensky manipulated him like you wouldn't believe. The thing is, so he understands, he knows. But what I can't get over, he left them because that's a sign of domesticity. This is America. Unless somebody is ill or somebody died, then you can excuse yourself and go pick up the phone. But you're dealing with a bunch of leaders who are at your level and that other idiot's level, Putin. And then you left him for 40 minutes to go take orders from a killer. I'm having a hard time believing this. But that is having a negative effect on how the military, among other people, and government see him. Yes, everything he does, he doesn't help himself at all. He just turns people more against him. I can't think of the right word, but you guys know what I mean. He doesn't do anything to rally people around him. He thinks kicking you, bullying you is the right way to go. At the right time. It's taking a little longer, but let's hang in there. All right, friends. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, Chat Managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe. If you are not a subscriber yet, I'm still trying to get to 1 million. I'm very ambitious. I'm trying to get to 1 million, guys. So please subscribe. And also, the goal is to release a video, where I can have 100,000 views. I've never had that. So that's my other goal. Don't forget to tap on the notification bell after you subscribe. And also, please, friends, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It would help. The algorithm would think that you like the video and they will keep showing it to people. It will help me earn a little more, or at least get more views. I'd appreciate it. Having said that, thank you, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye.